Podcasting from the Shirley Chisholm State Park right here in Brooklyn, New York. This is the Brooklyn Baritone Podcast. Hey everyone, thank you for joining me. For those of you who's watching this on YouTube, you can clearly see that it's the morning. For you guys listening to the audio on my podcast, it's morning as usual. Thank you very much for checking me out. Thank you for the likes, thank you for the support, thank you for the views, and I would very much appreciate the thanks that I'm going to give you for subscribing to my YouTube channel, Brooklyn Baritone. Most of the time, if you guys follow me, I will put up different random posts on Instagram, Facebook as well. And I like going outside early in the morning. For those who've been following my podcast for all this time, you know I usually like to do things early. Early bird gets the worm. But especially in a so busy city like New York City, Brooklyn, New York, capital of the world. So much people condensed, millions of people all on top of each other. You can always take the time, if you have that mindset, to appreciate the peace and quiet. It's so important to take that time out the day and to remember to always stay calm with things. That's what I'm talking about. And this is a perfect setting. Nice, peaceful, serene. You could hear some of the cars buzzing back and forth in the background. You might hear a plane or two because we're not too far from John F. Kennedy Airport here. But it's so important that we learn to remain calm in specific times, specific things that are going on, definitely, but we have to remember to do that every day, every single day. We have to take that time out because if you're not calm, that brings about a lot of stress. And I mentioned the cars zipping back and forth, and we know how people are with driving. And I know New York is not the only place that I've heard anyways that have bad drivers. We have a lot of aggressive drivers here as well. I remember looking at some kind of Walt Disney cartoon. It was a goofy character. He seemed so nice and serene. The guy coming out his house in the morning, very pleasant. And as soon as he gets into his automobile, he turns into some kind of demonic rage-filled driver. And so much people get like that because why? Everyone has to get in front of everybody. Everyone is in a rush. Where are we running to? Where are we rushing to? And to think that so much people have anxiety, have anger, they got to get to where they're going, got to get in front. Can't let this guy get in front of me. I'm guilty of that as well. But when you really look at it, is it really worth it? Let's just say worst case scenario, something happens, an accident is caused, a collision is caused, damage is caused. Father forbid, loss of life is caused because you just couldn't wait, because you were that more aggressive. You had to show that you have more testosterone in your body than the next guy. What if worst case scenario, all those things happen? What then? Was it really worth it? We have to remember to stay calm at times. Not at times, all the time. It's imperative that we learn how to do these things because we learn to miss things. This park that I'm in, there's so many New Yorkers that wouldn't even think of coming to a place like this because they figure it's a waste of time. There's so many New Yorkers that are missing so much serene moments to stay calm. And I just talked about collisions with vehicles and possibly, loss of life and damage to property. But think about the implications of how much people lose years of their life based off of stress. And it could be undue stress that they think about, anxiety, because we have more than enough things out there to keep us stressed. We have bills, we got politics, we have violence, we have relationship issues, we have goals that we feel that we may not be reaching in time. Just relax. When we go to the gym, for those of you who do go to the gym, it's very important that when you're working with weights, you breathe through it. When you're working with weights, it's slow, controlled movements. I know people got to get pumped up. People got to get that burn. They feel that pump in their muscles. There's guys who had a better physique than me that I've seen, but their form was all wrong and they're just going for as much they could squeeze in. Your body will respond, but it will respond much better if you have more control over the reps that you do, your movement that you do. You can engage way more muscles while you're doing reps, and then that in the long run, if you're consistent with it, will build up your body even more, build up your strength even more. This is how we're created. We're created out of order. We're created out of order and love. Order takes the time to put things in place for everything to work properly. And the love, proper love, again, takes the time to make sure everything is good so it can be operating in the way it's supposed to. And what they call that kind of love is agape. That's from Elohim, our creator. We're supposed to do the same thing. When we go our own pace, where we think we have to get to the finish line first, or I got to get in front of this guy, or I got to get in more reps, or whatever, we put ourselves in a tailspin. We dizzy ourselves with these short-sighted actions. It happens so much times in places of work, where you may have someone who wants to be a hard charger or things that's got to get done. I've seen so much things in my lifetime, especially my working experience as a IT professional that I am. So much people came in hard charging. They may have done what was needed at that moment, but then in the long run, they've caused more problems down the road because they didn't want to take the time to plan things out. Now, think about that even more in exploded view. Think of how many people have lost their lives due to people not staying calm, seeing things through, controlling their emotions, controlling their even breathing. I know I talked about a podcast about that called Breathe. Think of how many people who are in law enforcement that discharge their firearm that cost someone's life. Think of how many people in the street who have access to a firearm that want to get in a heated debate and they pulled their firearm out and discharged it and shot someone for no reason whatsoever. How many people right now are probably locked up regretting that moment that, man, I should have never let that person get me that angry. I should have stayed my behind at home. I should have never rolled with so-and-so today. I should have never went to wherever I went to that caused certain events to take place, that caused me to lose my cool. Now I'm in jail, or because of me, someone's life is gone. Even many of the hardest people, that weight gets to them. How much of our lives are lost because we're shaving years off of our lives, having anxiety all the time. And I've worked with many people and I've talked with many people who are in their later years in life, 70s and 80s. And one of the things that's recurring is like, I wish I took more time to follow my goals, spend time with my family, and enjoy life. We're out here chasing that bag, chasing that goal, chasing that clout, chasing that status. And we're not even taking the time to come out to somewhere like the Shirley Chisholm State Park and to chill. Or even take the time to chill and read a book in our house. Take the time to chill and realize, let's reevaluate my goals. You know what? Maybe I don't need to get a house or attain a car or even make fast moves. There's no reason for it. We all need to take the time because, again, I'm going to make sure I drive it home again. We are created, beautifully made in our image, in the image of our Creator. Order and love. Order and love take time. There's nothing rushed about order. There's nothing rushed about love. Order takes time to plan and implement properly. Love takes time to actually execute and apply properly. You take the time to do things and think things through, things will fall into place. Stay calm. I didn't even want to go into any kind of statistics today. There's no need for it. We all know what stress is. We know what the importance of staying calm is. You have the right to remain calm, and you need to exercise that to expand your life, to better your impact in the life of those around you. Even with this bee flying around me and my microphone and my set here, got to stay calm. You start wigging out, it's going to agitate the bee, and then I'll get stung. We don't want that. See, I'm calm. It flew away. I'm like, yeah, this guy's, he's good. He's chilling. Let me go off and go about my business. Let him finish his podcast. And my podcast is finished. Thank you very much for checking me out. You could always check out the rest of my material on my website at www.brooklynbaritone.com. You can also check me out on my YouTube channel, Brooklyn Baritone, and remember to hit the subscribe and notification button for me, please. You can check me out on LinkedIn under Corey Ashley. I am also on Instagram and I am on Facebook. You can catch my podcast on the Google Play Store, the Apple iTunes Play Store, and Amazon Music under podcasts. Anyways, I hope you guys are refreshed from that little word I had. I want you guys to stay blessed, be good. If you get a chance to, you can't come to this park, go to another park, or just try and find some time to reevaluate yourself and stay calm. Tranquilo. Anyways, I'm out. Be good. Walk good, y'all. You will hear from me next week.